Yeah. People love to judge you from a distance. Call you a hero when you rise, call you a villain when you fall. But me, I ain't no saint, I ain't no sinner. I'm just real. Let's talk. I came from a place where halos never fit right, where the angels wear scars and the devils don't bite. Every lesson that I learned was from pain, not school. Every win looked dirty, every loss looked cruel. People label me quick, he a threat, he a beast, but they never see the nights I couldn't fight the inner least. I've been broken, I've been numb, I've been wide with rage. Been the calm before the storm and the war on the page. Mama told me, baby, life ain't black and white, but the world made me choose wrong just to learn what's right. I've been tempted by revenge, seduced by the hate. Stood inches from a choice that could've altered my fate, but I'm still here, heart heavy, mind sharp, soul bruised, walking in the skin of a man who's been both used and accused. I ain't perfect, I'm flawed, every crack still visible, but the strength inside pain, yeah, that part's invincible. I'm no saint, I'm no sinner, I'm somewhere in between, a product of the struggle and the places that I've seen. I ain't holy, I ain't evil, I'm just trying to survive, with a heart that's still beating and a mind still alive. No saint, no sinner, just a man who won't surrender. Judge me if you want, but I'll always remember. Yeah, they wanna paint me as a villain, cause I grew up with grit, but they don't paint the system that pushed me into the split. When survival is a weapon, you either fight or fold, and I chose to claw back even when the world went cold. I done wrong, yeah I did, ain't afraid to admit, but I made it out the fire without losing my wit. People see the tough shell, they don't see the soft core, cause vulnerability's a sin in the code of the street law. I've been shot at by fate, stabbed in the back by friends, walk roads that don't promise a beginning or an end. But every time I fell, every tear that dropped low, I stitch another piece of soul back into my shadow. I don't kneel to the past, I don't bow to the fear. I ain't saintly enough to rise, I ain't sinful to disappear. I'm the man in the mirror, learning how to stay true, knowing half of what they judge ain't even close to the truth. I'm no saint, I'm no sinner, I'm somewhere in between, a product of the struggle and the places that I've seen. I ain't holy, I ain't evil, I'm just trying to survive, with a heart that's still beating and a mind still alive. No saint, no sinner, just a man who won't surrender. Judge me if you want, but I'll always remember. Yeah, if being human is a crime, then I'm guilty every time. If being flawed is a sin, then I'm destined to rewind. But every scar I carry is a page from the fight, and every wrong I lived taught me something about right. Now I'm standing on the line between the light and the dark, wearing both sides like armor on the skin of my heart. I ain't trying to be a hero, ain't pretending I'm pure, I'm just doing what it takes to keep my soul secure. I know demons by name, I know angels by touch, I know hope can be deadly and fear can do too much. I know people who smile but pray for your fall, and people who ain't blood but will answer every call. Life taught me balance is the only crown you wear, and surviving your mind is the hardest war to bear. So I stand in the middle, not a saint, not a sinner, but a human in the mirror just trying to be a winner. Cause the truth is it's the imperfect who rise from the dirt, not the holy or the damned, but the ones who got hurt. And if my story ain't clean, if my halo ain't gold, I'm still proud of the man that these scars made bold. I'm no saint, I'm no sinner, I'm somewhere in between, a product of the struggle and the places that I've seen. I ain't holy, I ain't evil, I'm just trying to survive, with a heart that's still beating and a mind still alive. No saint, no sinner, just a man who won't surrender. Judge me if you want, but I'll always remember. Yeah, halo cracked, devil horns bent, soul still standing. No sin, no sinner, just me. Scars don't forget, but they forgive if you let them. Every cut is a memory, every memory a map. Let's trace it back. These scars on my skin ain't decoration or show, they're the pages of a story that nobody knows. Every line is a battle, every mark is a name, every healed up wound still remembers the pain. I tried hiding them deep like they were sins in my flesh, but the mirror kept reminding me what's buried is next. You can't outrun the past when it's stitched to your frame, when the hurt you survive keeps whispering your name. See, I grew from destruction, built from moments I bled, took the fear from my chest and put strength there instead. People look at my armor like I was born with the steel, but they don't see the nights when I forgot how to feel. Yeah, the scars, don't forget, they're the proof that I live, that I walk through the fire with no strength left to give. But the truth about healing, nobody tells. To forget what's behind you, you must face it yourself. Scars don't forget, but they don't have to win. I ain't bleeding no more, I'm just marked by where I've been. Every cut on my body, every bruise on my soul, they remind me I broke but came back whole. Yeah, scars don't forget, but I learned how to live with the truth they protect. I ain't haunted, just connected to the battles I survived. My scars don't forget, and I'm still alive. I remember every failure etched deep in my bones. Every time I felt abandoned, even when I wasn't alone. Pain taught me more than the love that I chased, cause love leaves gently, pain leaves a trace. I tried drinking the silence, tried drowning the hurt, tried washing the memories that stay burned in the dirt. But the scars kept glowing like reminders at night. You're not broken from losing, you're stronger from the fight. So I stopped asking why and started saying how. How do I rise from this? How do I breathe right now? Cause life ain't about running from the wounds that you get. It's about wearing your truth with no shame or regret. And these scars, man, they're maps to the soul, guides to the storms that swallow me whole. But I walked out living, walked out changed, walked out knowing that pain rearranged. Scars don't forget, but they don't have to win. I ain't bleeding no more, I'm just marked by where I've been. Every cut on my body, every bruise on my soul, they remind me I broke but came back whole. Yeah, scars don't forget, but I learned how to live with the truth they protect. I ain't haunted, just connected to the battles I survived. My scars don't forget, You can erase a memory, but you can't erase a scar, it lives with you. And that's okay, cause scars don't say you're damaged, they say you heal. Now I stand in the present, with the past on my back, not as a weight, but a compass I lack. Every scar is direction, every mark is a guide to the parts of myself I no longer have to hide. I ain't chasing perfection, that dream's too thin. I'm just trying to be better than the person I've been. Healing ain't pretty, it ain't peaceful or clean. It's screaming in the dark till you know what it means. But I made it this far, and that's more than enough. Who I am ain't the pain, it's the way that I tough. Yeah, the scars don't forget, but they don't define. They're reminders of battles where the victory was mine. So if life cuts again, let it cut with respect, cause I fought for my future and I earned what comes next. I survived every chapter that tried to end strong, and the scars that remember prove the past was wrong. Yeah. Scars don't forget, but neither do I. And that's why I'll never lose again. Yeah. Lights fade, truth stays. You can run from the world, but you can't run from what follows you. Shadows don't lie, let's go! I walk alone with every mistake, dragging at my feet. Every shadow on the pavement is a secret I keep. People see the surface, never see the war inside. Never see the nights I fought the urge to run and hide. My reflection ain't a mirror, it's a crime scene map. Every crack in the glass shows the pain I adapt. I was raised in the fire, learned to smile through the burn. But shadows whisper truths when the world won't learn. They follow where I go, even when I change routes, even when I rise up, even when I drown doubts. You can fake for the cameras, flex money, talk pride, but the shadows on your back see the tears you hide. I remember cold nights when the fridge was bare, when the hunger in my stomach was the only thing there. I remember street corners where my fear turned numb, where the echo of a gunshot placed the sound of drums. And through all that, the shadows never left my side, reminding me the truth ain't something you can divide. You can bury what you feel, you can cover with lies, but the darker the soul, the bigger the shadow that rides. Shadows don't lie, they show the pain behind the pride. Every wound that I survived, every tear I tried to hide. Shadows don't lie, shadows don't lie. They walk with me through every fight, through the wrongs I made it right, through the darkness and the light. Shadows don't lie, but they taught me how to rise from the truth I can't deny. Yeah, no, shadows don't lie. I used to blame the world for the scars I wear, but the truth is I made choices that put me there. The street raised a soldier with a numb cold heart, but pain raised a man who learned to rebuild parts. I've been judged by people who don't know my name, been loved by a few who saw more more than the flame. Been hated for surviving, been doubted for breathing, been stabbed by the ones who swore they'd never leave me. My past ain't a story that I tell for the fame. It's a blueprint of every place I overcame. I didn't choose the violence, violence chose me first, and the shadows kept receipts when life was at its worst. But listen, I ain't ashamed of the path that I took, cause the darkest page still belongs in the book. I'm the product of a war I was never meant to win, but I fought tooth and bone just to start again. Every scar on my soul is an honest reply to the battles I lost but refuse to deny. You can change your fate, you can rewrite why, but your shadow always tells the part you can't qualify. Shadows don't lie, they show the pain behind the pride. Every wound that I survived, every tear I tried to hide. Shadows don't lie, shadows don't lie. They walk with me through every fight, through the wrongs I made right, through the darkness and the light. Shadows don't lie, but they taught me how to ride. Yeah, let the world judge the man they say. From the truth I can't deny, but the shadow sees the version that I never let free. Shadows don't lie. It knows every fear, it knows every crime. It knows who I was and who I try to define. Now when I look at my shadow, I don't feel shame. I see the ghosts I survived, I see the strength that came. I see a kid who grew up in a house with no peace, who learned silence was louder than the guns on the streets. I see the nights I was drowning, but nobody knew, cause the water was invisible, but the weight was true. I see every moment I was close to letting go, but the shadow grabbed my wrist and whispered, grow. Now I walk with my head up, stride wide on the lane, cause I earned every inch through the struggle and pain. I'm a product of the dark, but I shine from within, cause shadows only form when the light begins. I ain't haunted anymore, I'm reminded instead that the past ain't a chain, it's a map where I bled. And even if the world doubts the man I supply, one thing's certain, shadows don't lie. They show the pain behind the pride. Every wound that I survived, every tear I tried to hide. Shadows don't lie, shadows don't lie. They walk with me through every fight, through the wrongs I made right, through the darkness and the light. Shadows don't lie, but they taught me how to rise. Yeah. From the truth I can't deny. You can run from anyone you want. No, shadows don't lie. Yeah, run from anyone you want, but you can never outrun your shadow. It tells the truth, even when you can't. Yeah. Some pain ain't chosen, some pain is passed down like a last name, but I ain't dying with it. I'm rewriting the bloodline. Yeah, I'm rewriting the bloodline. Yeah, I was born with heavy shadows hanging over my crib, trauma carved into my blood like it's part of my script. Mama stressed, daddy gone, streets louder than home. I learned early that survival was a language of its own. I saw anger in the walls, her regret in the fights, saw a future in the smoke from those violent nights. People breaking from the pressure that they never deserved. Pain passed father to son like some family curse, but I ain't blaming the past, just explaining the start. You can't clean the whole world when it's stained in your heart, and the hurt that I inherited ain't the life that I choose. It's the weight that I carry just to pay my own dues. I got questions with no answers in the cracks of my soul. Got forgiveness on the list, but revenge in the bowl. But the truth that I learned after drowning in pain, you can't heal what you hide, you gotta bleed to explain. This is the hurt I inherited, born with it, carried it. But I swear I ain't marrying it. I'm breaking the chain before the chain starts burying everything left that I cherish. I came from the fire and the fear, but I ain't living there. I'm cutting off the ghosts I inherited. Yeah. The hurt was mine, but the ending ain't. I'm rewriting it. I'm rewriting it. I saw cycles in my bloodline, patterns repeating. Same rage, same silence, same wounds, same bleeding. People hurt who they love cause they're scared to feel weak, so they pass it on down without ever trying to speak. I ain't judging, just learning. I ain't running, just fighting. Every truth that was buried, now I'm digging and writing. All the trauma I collected from the hands of the past. I'm the first in the line, telling pain this won't last. I had nights where I broke, my reflection turned cold. Felt the weight of generations lying deep in my soul. But strength ain't in the silence or pretending you're fine. It's admitting you're afraid and still choosing to climb. I ain't dying like the ones who gave up on the dream. I ain't feeding every demon that was sent through my genes. I'm the crack in the curse, I'm the flaw in the script. I'm the kid that the past couldn't hold in its grip. This is the hurt I inherited, born with it, carried it. But I swear I ain't marrying it. I'm breaking the chain before the chain starts burying everything left that I cherish. I came from the fire and the fear, but I ain't living there. I'm cutting off the ghosts I inherited. Yeah. The hurt was mine, but the ending ain't. I'm rewriting it. You ain't responsible for the pain you were born with, but you are responsible for the life you hand to the next. Break the cycle, bleed different, live different. Yeah. Now I stand on the ruins of the pain passed down, but the crown on my head ain't inherited crown. I earned every breath, every tear, every win by refusing to repeat all the chaos I'm in. If I ever have a kid, they ain't touching this hurt. I'll protect them from the storm that once buried me in dirt. They won't learn love from shouting, won't learn fear from a fist, won't grow up thinking pain is the way life exists. I'll raise them with the truth that the world can be cruel, but the past ain't a prison and pain ain't a rule. Cause I learned from the wounds that I didn't deserve, and I turned all that trauma to the strength I preserved. So here's my vow to the ghosts that I fought. I'm the end of the story that my bloodline wrote. You gave me the hurt, but I broke from the script. Now the legacy I leave ain't the pain I was gifted. Yeah, I inherited the hurt, but I won't pass it on the chain breaks. Yeah. They say you become what you fear. Guess that makes me unstoppable. Cause everything that tried to break me ended up building me instead. Yeah, I ain't ashamed of the nights when my hands wouldn't stop shaking, where the silence in the room felt like the world was breaking. Fear had fingerprints all across my life, left marks on my decisions, left cracks in my pride. I grew up thinking strength was never showing your hurt, never letting them see the sweat, never touching the dirt. But fear raised me harsher than any man ever could. Taught me pain before hope, taught me bad before good. I saw shadows in myself that I swore weren't mine, but fear carves the shape of the person you find. Every flaw, every doubt, every weakness I felt, it's the bricks that my fear stacked into who I am now. But here's the twist in the story that nobody revealed. The same terror that broke me became the steel that I wield. Now I stand like a tower on foundations of pain. If fear built the man, then the man broke the chain. This the man my fears built, raised by the fire and guilt, forged by the nights that I almost quit but still didn't. I'm the weight of every moment that tried to end me but didn't. Yeah, I'm the man my fears built, not broken, just different, not on it, just living with the strength that fear gave me. People think fear's weakness, but it taught me to run faster than my past when the damage was done. It taught me fight or die before I learned how to breathe. Taught me trust ain't free and hope ain't guaranteed. Fear showed me where I'm fragile and that's where I aim. Cause the cracks in your armor show the wood that you made. Every panic attack felt like thunder inside, but I marched through the lightning while my heartbeat cried. There were days I felt trapped in a mind that was hostile, days I tried to outrun my own shadow for miles. I was scared of becoming a repeat of my past, scared of losing myself in the pain that would last. But fear ain't a jail if you choose to escape. It's a blueprint of battles your spirit can take. Every tear was a brick, every doubt was a nail. Now I walk in a fortress built from times I failed. This is the man my fears built, raised by the fire and guilt, forged by the nights that I almost quit but still didn't. I'm the weight of every moment that tried to end me but didn't. Yeah, I'm the man my fears built, not broken, just different, not on it, just living with the strength that fear gave me. Fear don't disappear, you just get strong enough to carry it, strong enough to use it, strong enough to stop it from telling you who you are. That's growth, that's freedom. Yeah. Now I'm staring at the mirror with a face I respect. Not perfect, not healed, but a work in progress. I ain't running from the ghost that used to live in my chest. I made peace with the fear that never wanted me blessed. I ain't trying to be fearless, that ain't real, that's a lie. I'm just braver than the voice telling me I'll never fly. And every step that I take with the fear by my side is a slap in the face to the pain I survived. So here I stand in the ruin of the boy I outgrew, and the fear that once owned me now works like a tool. I built purpose from panic, built courage from doubt. I'm the proof that the fear you inherit runs out. So take the man that I am, see the scars in the frame. Every lesson I learned had a shadow and name, but the fear that once shaped me ain't a weight on my soul. It's the fire that forged me, the heat that made me whole. Yeah. I ain't running from fear, I'm walking with it. Cause fear built the man, but I choose who he becomes.
There's a thin line between love and hate, between fear and fate, between who you are and who the world tries to make you walk carefully. I grew up on a tightrope, no net, no guardrails. Every choice I ever made came with ghosts on my trail. I learned early 1 second of anger can flip your whole life. One wrong friend, one wrong night, and that's the price. They ask me why you cold, I say look where I'm from, where the heroes ain't living and the cowards don't run, where a handshake hides lies and a smile means nothing, where survival is an art and betrayal's always coming. I've been close to the edge, lived inches from the drop, walk roads where the bullet decides if your heartbeat stops. I've seen saints lose halo, sinners try to find peace, and I've learned the hardest wars ain't the ones on the streets. It's the war in your mind, when the rage gets loud, when the pain you bury deep starts crying out in the crowd. You stand frozen knowing one move defines your fate, and that thin line shakes from the weight of your mistakes. There's a thin line between living and dying, between truth and lying, between fighting and trying. There's a thin line between the love and pain, between sunshine and rain, between freedom and chains. And I walk it every day, never knowing what I'll find. Cause life ain't black or white, it's just a thin line. I done seen killers cry and the quiet one snap, seen the toughest men fold under pressure they trap. It ain't simple, life twists every rule you learn, and the bridge you cross today might be the one you burn. I've been tempted by revenge when my pride got bruised, been the villain in the story where nobody knew the truth. I blamed everybody else till I stared inside and realized half my enemies were just fears I hide. I've been loyal to snakes, shunned by the real, wasted time on people who never cared what I feel. But that's the game, you only see the truth when it's gone, when the ones you love most teach you what's right and wrong. So now I trust slow, move smart, think twice, cause a single bad decision can cost you your life. I've been molded by the pain, strengthened by the scars. That thin line taught me who the hell we really are. There's a thin line between living and dying, between truth and lying, between fighting and trying. There's a thin line between the love and pain, between sunshine and rain, between freedom and chains. And I walk it every day, never knowing what I'll find. Cause life ain't black or white, it's just a thin. Sometimes the world don't care if you're right or wrong, it just cares if you're strong. Sometimes the path you choose ain't even your choice, it's survival, and every step you take echoes for the rest of your life. I ain't claiming I'm holy, ain't pretending I'm clean. I'm a product of the chaos in the places I've been. Every fight I ever won came with blood on my hand. Every truth I ever spoke was the part they don't understand. I walk the line between forgiveness and the grudges I keep, between the nights I stayed awake and the ones I couldn't sleep, between the man I wanna be and the one I fear I am, between destiny and choices that I barely withstand. But I'll rise anyway, cause falling ain't the plan, and weakness ain't a sin if you learn to stand. So I keep my balance, even when the world tilts wild, cause that thin line raised me, I'm his broken chosen child. I ain't here to be perfect, I ain't here to pretend. I'm here walking the line, till it curves at the end. And when that day comes, if I gotta cross that sign, may the world know I lived on the edge of that line. Yeah, the line's thin, the world's loud, the heart's heavy, but I'm still walking. One step, one breath, one life, one life. Yeah. You ever fight a war that nobody else can see, where the enemy's your own reflection and the battlefield's your mind? This ain't anger, this ain't fear, this is survival on the inside. Look, I've been at war with myself like a civil collapse. Shadows in my brain, trying to trigger relapse. Every thought like a landmine ready to snap, and the fear in my chest keep holding the map. Got voices in my head trying to tear me down. One scream high pitch, one speaking profound. One tell me I'm king with a flawless crown. One tell me I'm dirt laying 6 feet down. I ain't losing no battle to a ghost I made.
I ain't letting my trauma keep the plans I laid. Every scar on my mind got a cost I paid, but the strength that it built, yo, that never decayed. I break chains made of thoughts that were forged in fear. I confront every shadow that appears in here. If the past wanna talk, let it whisper clear. I'm the man that I am cause I killed that fear. These are the walls inside my skull, where the broken pieces pull, where the nightmares take control, but I still rise whole. Yeah, these walls inside my skull, but my heart stay bold, my soul stay full, my fight too real to fold. Yeah. I've been walking through the pain with my head held straight. Seen the lies in the mirror trying to twist my fate. Seen the boy that I was trying to suffocate, but the man I became just retaliate. See, the mind is a prison if you let it confine, but the truth is a weapon for the ones who align. Every dream that I buried was a sign I declined, but the light in my chest never stopped being mine. I ain't talking about pills or the things they cope. I'm talking about the nights where you lose your hope, where the weight on your soul tightens round your throat, and the voice in your head sound like end of the road. But I learned from the storm how to stand upright. Learn pain is a teacher when the world turns night. If the war never ends and the mind's on fight, then the courage to live is the true street might.
You can run from the world, but you can't run from your mind. You can bury your past, but it digs you up in time. The only way out is to fight inside. Let the darkness speak, then make it die.
I ain't letting no panic make my backbone slip. I've been forged by the pain in the full round trip. If the fear wanna talk, I just tighten my grip, cause a king don't fall on a mental slip. Yeah, my mind got nights when the lights go black, but I stand 10 toes when the world attack. If the past comes running, I don't run it back. I just sharpen my piece and prepare for the crack. I ain't scared of no dream that gon' chase my sleep. I've been raised by the days when the hurt ran deep. Got a throne in my skull that the pain can't keep. I'm the wolf that survived where the cowards weave. So I walk through the war with my heart on ice. Every scar in my head like a roll of dice. If the dark get loud and the fears entice, I just whisper to myself, ain't no war too price. These are the wars inside my skull, where the broken pieces pull, where the nightmares take control, but I still rise whole. Yeah, these wars inside my skull, but my heart stay bold, my soul stay full, my fight too real to fold.
If you survive the war in